to your stretch and release class. For today's class, I recommend that you have either an exercise band or a skipping rope or maybe a strap like this, just to help you with some of the stretches that we are going to do today. So if you do have a band, you can either pause it and go and grab it now, or if you've got your band ready, let's pop that to the side of the mat. Now bring yourself onto your mat with your knees quite far apart, big toes touching, drop your bottom down onto your heels, and then let's rest the body down into your rest pose. And just allow the forehead to touch the mat. If there's any discomfort in the knees, maybe you start in a curved cat stretch. If the knees feel good, then let's stay here. Connecting with your breath in through the nose, gently out through the mouth. Gently breathe in, start to lift your face, and then step your hands to the left-hand side as far as you can until you feel the stretch down the right side of your body, and then relaxing your body down. Couple of breaths here. Keep energizing both of the hands down into the floor, pressing the bottom back towards the heels. And then inhaling, lifting the face, and then stepping yourself across over to the right hand side, and then same again, finding that stretch down the left side of your body and melting the body down. Connect back with your breathing once you're in position. Inhale, lift your face, step back into the center, and then one last time, melt the body down. So the idea here is to stretch the lower part of the back as well as the hips. Begin to move your body up into an all fours, having your two hands under your shoulders, adjusting your knees so they're underneath your hips, and pressing the feet down. Allow the spine to arch, moving into your cat stretch. We inhale. Exhale, curve or round your back. Inhale, release and extend the spine. Exhale, curve the back. Inhale, extend the spine. As you're moving through, making sure that the legs are gently pressing down into the mat, that all your fingers are spaced, and you're lifting away from the mat so that we're not sinking down into the shoulders. And then taking the cat stretch into a circle. So have a little play with that movement. So taking right shoulder to right hip and then rounding the back, left shoulder to left hip and then extending the back. And have a go at reversing that direction. Just play with the movement, fluid movement, freeing up the body. Coming all the way back into the center. Bringing the knees back slightly so that you can rest yourself down onto the mat. Bring your arms just to the side of your body. You should be able to see your fingers and elbows are below or behind the shoulders. Balance the nose down onto the mat. Ankle all of your toes down into the floor, and then keep pressing the toes down as you inhale and lift your chest. Exhale, melt the chest down. Allow the stomach to relax so that you're stretching your front body. And then exhale as you melt down. As you're coming up, a little bit of energy into the hands, drawing the elbows into the side of the body so the arms are fairly active, but the back and the body are passive. Inhaling as we come up, pressing the toes down. Exhaling as we release. One more time. and releasing the body down. Coming up to what's called the Sphinx pose. So if we can put our elbows directly underneath our two shoulders, and just to start with, sink your body down. And this is just for me to show you what we're trying to avoid. So we're sinking into the shoulders here. So now re-space out all the fingers and be quite active in your hands. Your toes are still pressing down. And then you're going to lift our chest up and out of the mat there. So it's fairly active through the shoulders, but try and relax your back. If there's any pressure in the lower part of the back, try anchoring your pubic bone or your hip bones down into the floor. So you've got a little bit of activity in the glutes there. Slight lift of the chin. And then let's take a few deep breaths as we hold the stretch. Last time. And then releasing the body down. Now, if you could put your right elbow into the middle, turn yourself to the left side, and then adjust your right hand so it's actually pointing away from you and elbow is still under your shoulder. Allow your body to sink down so that you're stretching that underside part of your waist, and then let your head rest down on your shoulder. And just keep holding the stretch in order to stretch that outer side of your body. If you need to help yourself with balance, maybe you adjust your knee, otherwise keeping legs on top of each other. The free hand, you can use that for balance as well. Now, if you're quite flexible, what you could do is lift up onto your hand, and then you're going to feel that that stretch increases. And again, you can drop your ear down onto your right shoulder. And just hold the stretch, stretching that underside part of the body. Just a few more moments there. And then if you are up on the hand, let's start to bend the elbow, coming all the way down, and then rolling over to do the other side. So while you're rolling over, I'll just swap so that we can still see each other. You'll be on your left elbow this time, fingertips pointing away from you, sinking down into the shoulder, allowing that underside waist to open, and then resting the head. Now, of course, if there's any neck tension, you don't need to do this part. Maybe you could keep your head up and just focus on that underside part. Taking the option, if you're a little more flexible, coming up onto that hand so that you're increasing the size of that stretch, and then we're holding the position. Just try and relax the body as much as you can. Let the legs soften, the bottom, the underside waist, and the neck. And then let's release slowly out of the stretch and making our way onto our back. Once you're on your back, let's bring both of the knees into the chest, hugging the knees tightly in towards the body, closing down the eyes, and just feeling the back press gently into the mat underneath you. Keeping the right leg in the chest, but send the left one long and resting it down onto the mat. Be fairly active, so a little bit of a press into that left leg. Then grab your strap, and you're going to open out your strap or your exercise band, pop it around the arch of your right foot, and then send that leg up towards the ceiling there. So what you're looking for to begin with is that we have a straight leg, not necessarily pulling our leg towards our face just yet. Sliding the band or the strap slightly higher so that it's towards the top end of the foot, and then drawing the foot down towards the face a little. So you'll feel just by doing that, you increase the stretch in your calf muscle, which is the muscle at the back of the leg there. If you don't feel a lot, that's okay. You might not be tight in that area, so that's completely normal. Now, as you're holding this position, I want you to start to feel quite heavy in that right hip, as if your right butt cheek is anchoring down into the floor. And then you're going to keep your right butt cheek down into the floor as you increase the stretch slightly. And you'll see that I haven't gone very far. If you're quite flexible, you might like to go a little bit further, But let's keep the intention of our butt cheek not coming off the floor there. And just as you're holding, a few deep breaths. Checking in with the shoulders that they're tension free, that we're not holding the jaw, we're relaxing our jaw. And then place the band into just your left hand. Your right hand, you can pop that out to the side as a bit of a counterbalance. And then start to take the right leg across your body to the left side. Now you might stop somewhere there in midair. Allow your right butt cheek to start lifting. If you're quite flexible, you might place an elbow down and you could go all the way down to the floor. So that would be a variation. So we'll most likely be feeling a bit of hamstrings, the back of thigh, outer thigh, a little bit of butt, and maybe the back, depending again where you tighten your body. Try and relax as much as you can, softening the body into the stretch. To come out of the stretch, start to soften the right knee a little, and then use both of your hands to guide your leg back up, taking your band off and then hugging the right knee back in towards your chest there. Now while the knee is in, the left leg, you're going to move that slightly wider. Place your right hand around the arch of your right foot and then send the heel up towards the ceiling there. So stretching that inner thigh and perhaps part of the groin hip region, keeping the left hip down or anchored into the floor as you're holding the stretch. Breathe deeply as you're holding. Perhaps the eyes are closed to help you relax. If this is too much, perhaps bend the knee so the foot comes down, but keep the leg wide so you're still feeling that inner thigh stretch. Taking one last slow deep breath. And then resting that leg, bringing both knees back into the chest, hugging your knees in tightly there. Sending the right leg this time long on the mat, keep hugging the left knee in. Press slightly down through that right leg that's on the floor so we're active. Reaching out for your band or your strap, popping it around the arch of the left foot to begin with, and reaching the leg up to the ceiling. So as I mentioned previously, don't worry too much about where the leg is positioned as far as towards your face. Just get a position where you're able to keep your knee straight, and then begin to feel quite heavy through that left bottom cheek that's pressing onto the floor. So we want to get our pelvis into the perfect position before we then apply the stretch. Now slide the band slightly up higher on your foot and then pull the foot towards the face there, feeling the calf stretch. And then you can move a little deeper into the hamstring stretch, but keeping our bottom on the floor all the time. Giving the band to the right hand, left hand comes out to the side, and then begin to take the left leg across your body to the right, allowing your left bottom cheek to lift off the floor. Maybe you stay where I am, or perhaps if you're quite flexible, you go all the way down to the floor. So you're getting that full stretch. Try and relax the body as much as you can in whatever position you're in. Closing down the eyes and reconnecting to the breath. Start to bend your left knee, begin coming all the way back to the centre, just move quite slowly there. Taking your band off and placing it down. Hugging the knee into your chest, and then reaching your left hand to the arch of the left foot. Right leg will move that out slightly just to help you counterbalance, and then you're holding the stretch. Just a few more moments there, relaxing your body. And then bringing both of the knees back into your chest, hugging them one last time. Now bringing the arms out wide, resting them on the floor, keeping your knees bent towards your body, or perhaps you have your toes just touching the floor there. And then allow your knees to fall to the left-hand side. Just go slow. Your right butt cheek will lift so that you're in a supine spine twist. Look the opposite way to your legs and then completely relax your body there. Allowing the back, the hips, the chest to stretch. And begin to come back into the centre and then over to the other side when you're ready. So again, feet could start on the floor or knees in the chest, bringing the legs to the right side and just allowing that left side to open. Scan the body, checking that there's no unnecessary muscle connection or tension. And then bringing your awareness back to your slow breathing. Coming back into the centre, hugging the knees one last time into the chest, releasing the left foot down onto the mat, the right ankle crosses over the left thigh. Use your hands to pick up your left leg and hold the supine glute stretch. So the idea here is that we're trying to release the right bottom cheek, so the opposite leg to what we're holding essentially. Now, if you're quite flexible, you might like to reach your hands past your leg onto your shin, hold it there. Now, if you find yourself in a position where you're lifted and your head is back, what I'd suggest is just stopping for a moment, grabbing a cushion and popping it underneath your head so that your neck can relax and your head is supported. Keep using the strength in your arms to pull the leg towards your body, increasing the stretch at each moment that you feel yourself relax. As the stretch eases, you want to do that also. One last breath there. And then releasing your leg. Swapping over, so right foot comes to the mat, left ankle over the right thigh, scoop up the right leg and just starting with the hands behind the thigh. Again, if it feels like you're not getting much of a stretch, hands can go that step further. But remembering also, if you're not feeling the muscle, doesn't necessarily mean that you're doing it wrong. It just might mean that your muscle in that area doesn't require the stretch. Keep breathing deeply. And again, each time you feel the stretch ease, let's use the arms to re-deepen the stretch. And then releasing your leg. Now laying onto one of your sides, and you're going to use your arms, guide yourself up to a seated position. And then it's up to you whether you sit cross-legged or maybe you sit on a block or a cushion so you're slightly propped, and then just relaxing there. Pop your hands onto both of your knees, and then as you inhale, stretch your chest forward and lift the chin slightly. Squeeze the shoulder blades towards your spine, and then let's curve away. So we're going to round our back and drop the chin towards the chest there. Bring yourself forward, squeeze the shoulder blades towards the spine, lift the chin, and then bring yourself back, chin to chest, and open the back. One more time, forward, lifting the chin, and then back. Finding your way to the center, inhaling both of your arms up to the sky, trying to lengthen as much as you can, placing the right hand down onto the floor and taking a side bend. We're going to hold that, turning your face up towards your arm. The neck is sore, perhaps you hold your head, or you just keep that arm nice and long. Inhale, both of your hands up to the sky, perhaps looking up. And then we're over to the opposite side to hold your side stretch, looking up towards the arm. Inhale, arms go to the ceiling. Twisting your body this time to the right side, using the hand to help you twist, looking over your shoulder. Keep breathing as you're holding the rotation, relaxing both of your hips. Inhale, hands reach the sky. Exhale, twisting the opposite way and looking over your shoulder. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, release the arms down to the side. One last time, inhale up. And exhale to release. Thank you.